everybody, Namo here. Today we're looking at the limb team for Optimus Maximus. I did a review a few months ago of Optimus before and after the upgrade kit I bought for him. In that review I said I'd probably do the arm team, the leg team, and then do the combined mode. Looking at the 5 figures that attach to Optimus to make Optimus Maximus, I've already reviewed 3 of these molds in the Skyrain series. So we're going to start by looking at Ironhide, which I reviewed in the Trailbreaker episode. It's exact same mold, just different coloring, different scheme. So it is colored in the G1 Ironhide scheme. Of course, he was a van, so he's missing a bit of a piece there. There is, it's first aid in the Defensor team that is this mold, but has a actual back piece to this, so it's not a truck. So they probably should have used that instead for Ironhide, but it is what it is. He also forms the right arm for Optimus Maximus. And this is Sunstreaker. We've already reviewed him again in the Skyrain series with Wheeljack. It is the exact same mold, and again, just different coloring, different color scheme. And Sunstreaker here forms the right leg for Optimus Maximus. And now for the third one we've already looked at. This is Prowl, but he is in the smokescreen mold, which again we've already reviewed in the Skyrain series. Exact same mold, no change to it on the exterior, just different coloring. This is mold we haven't looked at yet. This is Mirage. As far as I know, and as far as my collection goes, there are only 2 that share this mold. It is Mirage and Dragstrip. I don't believe there's anyone else, but as far as a Formula 1 car goes, I think it's a pretty good mold. It's because of its uniqueness being only used twice and not like 15 times. It's definitely an interesting mold. Then we also have little baby Hot Rod. He forms the chest piece, of course, for Optimus Maximus. The tail fin here can come off and will later become the axe for the robot mode. Speaking of robot mode, we're going to flip the shoulders out like that. Pull this backpack up, or at least the roof of it up, and set it right there on top of the shoulders. Split the feet and then fold both sides down. Turn his wrists, and there is Hot Rod. It's not exactly the best look for Hot Rod. I mean, it does kind of look like him. I can't really get it close enough for you to see his head. Yeah, it's not going to focus on it. It's a very small head, and he is very floppy. So he doesn't really stand too well. Sometimes it looks like his arm is broke. But this is also a 1 of 2 mold. The other one, of course, being Blackjack, the chest piece for Motormaster. And I think because I don't really know of another Blackjack figure, I think that one is the best of the 2 molds because it's original to him. This just doesn't feel... Man, I can't find the camera. This just doesn't feel or look like Hot Rod in robot mode. Other than that, it's a pretty good little Legends figure. So let's get back into Mirage. With him, I'm going to remove the gun. We are going to flip up the nose, turn it, and then this peg goes into that hole. Nice and secure. Then we can pull out the arms out of the slots, extend the legs, turn the waist and detach the legs. Flip out the hands, then bend up the elbows and rotate his head around. And there is Mirage. In robot mode, he's not exactly the best Mirage. It's a little skinny, but definitely not as skinny as I believe it was Classics. That one was really skinny. There is Mirage. Again, I can't really focus in on his head too well. It is a pretty decent mold for his head. I like it. Again, this mold better fits drag strip. And even then, drag strip, it's not the best mold for him either. Of course, we got a little bit spoiled with this new legacy version of him. With the legs extending for transformation, it doesn't always keep him steady for standing. Sometimes they do like to slide back up. I believe I opened this whole team in a what's in the box, I think. Not really too for sure, I don't remember. But I ordered this whole team off of eBay, loose and complete. They are weld played with. There's a lot of spots where the paint, I don't know if you can see it there, is chipping off. You can see it pretty well in the wing. Of course, again, with this camera, there it goes, there you see it. The chipping for the paint coming off there. All of these figures have it, suffer from it. But again, they're used, they're well played with. So they're going to be a little floppy at times. Make a little noise. Let me quickly get the other three in robot mode for you. There is Prowl in robot mode. Again, same exact details, molding as Smokescreen, just different color scheme and a new head. You see the famous red fins there for Prowl and the silver metallic face. Alright, and there is Sunstreaker. Again, same details as Wheeljack, different color scheme, but a new head mold. It's a very odd head mold, I would say, for Sunstreaker. The fins seem to make his face skinnier, and it's not the best mold for his head. But for Combined Wars, it works. You're not getting the figures for their robot mode. You're getting the figures for the combined mode. And yes, a lot of them do need the upgrade kits. And here we have Ironhide. Feel like a broken record. Same exact mold and details for Trailbreaker, just a different color scheme. And same complaint with this Ironhide as I had with Trailbreaker. He is way too skinny. Way too skinny. Ironhide and Trailbreaker are supposed to be more just rotund. More meat to their bones. There's nothing there. This one, very floppy. I think Trailbreaker had the same problem. With him being a hand, where you push the feet together and then stick the hand in the little port here, they don't like to stay together. They come apart real easy. So it makes it really annoying. I think it's a problem with a lot of the figures. The feet don't like to stay together. So when you put the hand in there and you try to pose it in a certain way, it splits apart, and then you have to shove it back together. And if they had just made some kind of universal upgrade kit for all these figures that become hands, that you just kind of wrap a little band around and lock it together, snap it together, just an added security to keep them tight together, I probably would have bought them. So that's it for the Limb team, and all 5 of the deluxe, all 4 of the deluxe figures and the Legends class figure that makes up the rest of the combined mode. What I did not show was the terrible generic hands that came with them. I showed some of them off with Skyrain. You're going to see a lot more of them as I progress through the rest of my combiner figures. And this one, I just put them in a bag and put them away because I have different hands. Like I mentioned before, I got the Perfect Effects Power of the Primes Starscream upgrade kit for his hands and feet. They are more jagged and stylized. There is the feet there. Yes, Perfect Effects does make this to where they split apart and become guns. I tried to do that once before with another kit, Perfect Effects hands and feet kit that I own, and I almost could not get them to go back together. And honestly, I have to get the instruction booklets out to look up how they turn into guns, and I don't want to deal with it. So I just leave them in the hand and feet mode because they stay in combined mode. So here is the right hand holding the S&D ion blaster for Optimus, and the left hand holding the S&D beam sword, I guess, Energon sword that came with the kit for Optimus as well. So the next video will be combined mode, where all these guys combine to Optimus with the kit, and you'll get to see what it looks like at the very end. If you're not already, subscribe, ring the notification bell so that you can be updated when that video does come out. You can also follow me on Twitter and Instagram. My links are in the description. I have a Discord. The link is also in the description. That is also set up for notifications for YouTube and Twitter. So jump on there. You'll get the notifications through that as well. And don't forget to like this video and leave a comment down below. Tell me your thoughts and opinions on these figures. I know a lot of people have negative thoughts of these figures. They're not exactly the best, but the whole line was really geared towards the combined mode, and we're going to get to that, so stay tuned and we'll see that next. So thanks for watching. We'll see you later.